here's the thing. Motivation will only change your today, not tomorrow. You never know whatever someone is going through. For those that don't know my age, I'm 40, okay? I just turned 40 this November. The thing is, my perspective on work, life, and happiness has changed a lot, not just this year, but over the past few years and so. And I want to share with you 7 lessons that I'm taking into or towards 2022 and furthermore than that. Stick with me till the end of the video because number 7 is probably my favorite in this one. Ready? Let's go. Number 1, first lesson that I want to bring into 2022 is something that scared me a lot back then in my 20s and early 30s, where it was instant for me that I always needed to be around people. So this is number 1. Learn how to value your time alone. Here's why. I want to explain to you this concept with a quote. It says, all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. That was Blaise Pascal, one of the best programmers ever. And we spend a lot of time alone in 2020 during the lockdown and more so in 2021. We've learned a lot about ourselves. Whatever it is, I'm sure being alone and being isolated in your own homes has given you a lot of lessons, a lot of learnings from that. I'm sure each one of us has different things that we want to share. But for me, I've learned to take walks alone, like by myself, at night, in the morning, just to think and clear my mind. Being alone, eating alone, and talking to myself alone is not such a bad thing. It's actually a strength rather than a weakness. That's why I made a post before that being alone is not a weakness, but instead it's a superpower. Because if you are strong by yourself, imagine what you can do with other people around you. That's number 1. Learn how to value your time alone. Number 2, this is related to not what happens really in real life, but in social media and what we see online is that everyone takes everything personal. Like it's always their problem. Someone says something, they get offended right away. So number 2 is don't take anything people say personally or don't take anything anyone says personally. Here's the thing. People are always going through a lot of themselves. It's not just you that's a problem. Don't tell me that easy for you to say because you don't have any problems. I have problems too. You have problems too. He has problems too. Look at him thinking somewhere else. Everyone has their own problems that we don't know about. Everyone has their own battles that they're trying to battle themselves. You never know whatever someone is going through. Don't take anything that anyone's telling you personally because you don't know what they're going through. It's not their intention to put you down. Rather, they want to put themselves up. It's not really being the bigger person or the better man. It's just that you understand people have problems and it's not just you. And you deal with your own problems and people deal with their own problems. At the end, what really matters most is what you think of yourself. That's the only thing that matters most. What you think of yourself. Whatever people think about you does not even matter anymore. Think of whatever your friend had as an opinion to your newfound skill in, let's say, editing photos, for example. If your friend says that you suck in editing photos, then that's your opinion. It does not matter anymore to you because you know yourself more than anyone else. Here's the lesson for that. Your opinion of yourself is the most important thing. Nothing else. Everything else comes secondary. If you think you're good, then you're good. At the same time, have enough self-awareness to know what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. So that's number 2. Don't take anything anyone says personally. Number 3, and this is really important to strengthen your emotions and your personal growth. Find yourself a group of positive sum people. What I mean by positive sum people is that every group that you're with needs to have a positive sum. If there's a negative person in that group that you're in, make sure that in the end, everything comes out as a positive. Let me explain. Majority of everyone's growth in 2021 has come because of other people. It has helped us grow. It's come from learning from the best, creating for the best possible outcome, building with the best people around you. I still talk to people that I met a few years ago during my days at Soul Slam, and I'm not forgetting those people, even if they are a negative sum. But now, I'm more capable of handling situations wherein they are negative. Doesn't mean I have to block them. I just have to limit my time with them. Doesn't mean that I have to forget them because I feel like they're negative for my mental health. It just means that they're still part of my life, but I limit the time I have with them. And I understand and I recognize that that's a negative sum for me if I join that group. group because I used to have groups in sneaker groups wherein, I'll talk about these other people and negative things and such. It's normal. With every group that you join, there's always going to be negative talk about other groups, other person, and it's part of life. You can't get away from that. You could, but you'll find yourself in other situations similar to those. The lesson here is stick with your community all throughout. But now you recognize which one is negative and which one brings you positivity. So that's number 3. Find yourself a group of positive some friends. And by the way, if you're enjoying this episode right now, subscribe to the channel would be likable. Number 4, and it's a very important lesson I want to share with you, which is be impatient with actions, but be patient with results. Does that make sense? Let me explain. Do you have an idea? Then create a plan and then take action right away. And then if it fails, re-aim and then fire away. Motivation to take action will diminish over time. Your motivation right now, if you have a very, very good idea that you have, it's going to diminish right away or maybe tomorrow or maybe a week from now when the excitement fades. And then you stop. And that's a problem. Most people start and then never finish because they never see the results that they want right away because they're not patient with the results that they want. They want to see muscles after working out for 30 minutes and you won't see it. You look at yourself at the mirror, you flex and you see there's no muscles. I just worked out for 30 minutes. I lifted like 100 pounds, bro. What happened? And you don't see it. It's like planting a seed and then you look at it after a day and you see it's not growing. What's wrong? And then you move it around and the seed dies. Here's the lesson. Act short term, always think long term. So that's number 4. Be impatient with actions, but be patient with your results. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Number 5, you cannot predict the future. It's just not possible. Who's that feng shui masters, whoever that is? That guy predicted 2020 was going to be the wealthiest year of your life, right? And it's going to be the luckiest year of your life. Guess what? He didn't even see that the pandemic would happen. That's a proof of being, not true, that you can predict the future. What you can predict is your work ethic right now. You cannot focus on the future. So you cannot predict the future. It's just not possible. Even if I love the movie Back to the Future, it's just a dream that brings me to fantasy land that I can go back to 1985 and such. It never will. People talk about the man who walks back from the future in time to save the world, but it's just not happening. It's not possible. If you told me a couple of years ago that I'd be here right now talking to you about focusing on now, I would laugh at you because I was a person that worried too much about my future that I was not focusing on now because I was just worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow, today. And that really effed me up. Here we are, a couple of years forward, and the thing is, the future is so random, but opportunities are random as well. People forget that. Opportunities are not made like every day. Like, someone texts you like, bro, let's make a music video, or I need you guys, your skills for that, for something like that. Remember a few years ago when I approached you that, hey, I want to do my videos and I need you guys. That opportunity never comes to you just randomly. Remember that point when I talked to you guys and I asked, I need you guys to do my video because I've failed how many times already? 4 times with video editors that didn't do shit for me. And here we are. How many videos are we in? More than 100 now. More than 100 videos made. It's the first anniversary, the second anniversary of our first video today. Isn't that amazing? Like, okay, if you're watching, I want you to look at my oldest video and see how it sucked. Look at my energy, the lighting and editing and everything, even a thumbnail, nothing. Compared to now, it's still a work in progress, but it's still progress. The lesson here is that you want to welcome random opportunities with open arms. People always say that, God will help me or God will find a way for me. No, God does not find ways. He gives us opportunities wherein if we are ready to take them, it will be there for us to take. But it's up to us. It's not up to Him. He gives us opportunities to succeed, but it's up to us to continue that and make it really a success. And if we fail, that's on us. And no one else to blame, not your family, your friends, your loved ones, or God. You have everything to blame for your failures and everything to take for when it comes to your success. That's 5. You can't predict the future, but you can predict now. Number 6, and here's one of my favorite things. You don't rely on motivation. Motivation is for making you feel good. If you want to feel good right now, go to my Facebook account, facebook.com/antonioaguirre.junior1. Follow my verified Facebook account. And if you want to feel motivated, go ahead. read and watch all my posts and videos there. Like, you're doing great, you're awesome, you're gonna get it, everything. You wanna feel motivated? Go ahead, do that. And go to other motivational people as well. I'm not gonna name names, but go to all the motivational people that you know there. Name one. Whoever they are, name one. Here's the thing. Motivation will only change your today, not tomorrow. That's a problem. What will change your tomorrow are habits. Habits will change your life. Nothing else. If you have bad habits, guess what? Your tomorrow will be bad. If you have good habits today and you keep on doing that relentlessly and nonstop, continuity, you're gonna have better days ahead. I promise you that. That I can guarantee you. If you say nothing's happening, then most likely you're not trying that hard. It's the lesson. Learn how to build a system of habits. Morning habits, nightly habits, daytime habits. I talk about that in a lot of my videos. Never rely on motivation, but rely on good habits. Tell me what's your morning ritual in the comment section, and I'll tell you if you're successful or not. That's number 6. Don't rely on motivation. And as promised, this is number 7 and probably the most important for me to share with you. I'm wearing a hat today, and it's not by accident. I'm wearing this hat. This is a Soul Slam New Era cap that we had collaboration with around 2019. It says at the back, I don't know if you can see it, but it says, never not working. One of my philosophies back then that I have to hustle hard and work hard every day so that I become successful. Turns out, yes, you have to work hard. Yes, you have to be never not working. The thing is, I forgot to add, but not always. I want to explain to you that if you're always working hard, you'll get burnt out. And just before we started this video, right, I told you guys that I worked in our Silang branch for Angus. I worked as a busboy because the guy who was supposed to go there has to work but didn't go to work. So I had to do bussing out, taking orders, serving orders, transferring tables and such just to fit in more people from 11 to 9 p.m. And that's hard work. And the thing is, even if I got paid the minimum wage of about 500 pesos, that still won't be enough for me to survive tomorrow. My heart goes out to everyone in the blue collar section of the working class because that is definitely hard work. I felt that following day where I could not move a muscle and just stayed in bed the entire day. And some people don't even have the privilege of staying in bed the entire day next day because they have to do it, guess what? 6 times a week, sometimes 7 if you want to do overtime because your coworker went on leave because he had to do something. So now you're working 7 days a week for 8 to 9 hour shifts, and that's crazy intense. I once worked as a barista at a coffee shop, a famous coffee shop, when I was 21 years old, I think. For 8 months, that was my first try at the service sector. It was just hard work for so little when it comes to pay. I was selling my time in exchange for money. Instead, what you really want to do is really work when you feel like it or rest. I know it's not easy to say, but in my other videos, I explain why you need to sell your value instead of your time for money. I won't go into details with that, but maybe I think some of my videos, I explain why that is important. So the lesson here is you want to work like a lion, but not like a cow. The lion rests all the time, and when they're hungry, they just look for their prey and they eat and then they chill afterwards. But they're full. Their belly is full. But a cow needs to work whole day, nonstop, plowing, and they just eat grass. We're men. We eat meat. We're not vegetarians. We eat meat, so we build muscles. That's number 7. Work hard, but not always. And working smart is very important too. Working smart, I have a topic on that and on my other videos, so find that in my other videos as well. But here's an additional tip. Here's a lifestyle approach to life. Ask yourself, what does freedom mean to you? Let me know in the comment section. What does freedom mean to you? Because to some people, it means having 3 days off from doing work, or at least working 4 hours a day instead of 9 hours a day. Or for some, it's being able to spend time with their family whenever they want, or being able to work anywhere in the world. Everyone has their own definition of what freedom is. So let me know what your definition is. It can be a house, a car, relationship, office, or work. What do you want? Ask yourself, what do you want? Then I want you to work backwards and write down how much you want to make. Put up a figure in your mind that a year from now you want to make. Is it 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, 1 billion? I don't know. I don't care. Don't think about what you want to work for, what you have now, because you don't think based on your current bank account. I want you to think based out of your future bank account. And let me know what you think about it, because if you have a clear and concise goal, then that's something that we can work on. I think in my other video, I talk about the 4-question close, and it's in conjunction with that. So watch that video as well. I'll put a link somewhere here for that video. We'll put that in the description of the 4-question close. The lesson here is choose the type of lifestyle that you want for yourself. It shouldn't be something similar to someone else. It should be yours. It should be unique because it's your own lifestyle, not someone else. You want to live your own life, not someone else's life. That's all I have for you today. If you think you found value in today's episode, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section down below. And I'll see you again in the next episode. Peace.